Welcome to Fit for Life. I'm Karen McKenzie, and the name of this show today is Best Foot Forward. I thought it was kind of clever, seeing that we're talking about balance. Falls are still a major problem here in the United States and everywhere else. China, Paris, everywhere. Older people are falling, especially after age 80. But you can still exercise. I'm a good example of that. We have to decide to do what we need to prevent them at all costs, because it's really, really important. There are many programs available, both the NIA and the NIH. They're always looking for people for research. I'm involved with falls prevention research myself. I've been doing that about a year and a half, got another year and a half to go. Anything we can do to prevent a fall is well worth it. So again, join a research program. There might be one locally too, maybe in your senior center. Take a Tai Chi class. As I said, we have to decide to do what we need to prevent them. Well, these are some of the things that we can do. Slow down when walking in unfamiliar places. I'm used to moving fast, and I've hit my toe probably 1,000 things. So what do we need? First of all, we need our legs to be strong. We need our leg strength. And we're going to do these exercises standing. And what I would like you folks to do is come forward in your chair first. We're going to do the sit stand because I feel that's one of the most important exercises to strengthen what? The quadriceps, your thigh muscles. Those need to be strong to improve your strength and your balance too. So you can hold your hands like this if you want. If you have found that this is impossible, put your hands right here, open your feet a little bit. Give yourself a little push by leaning back and pushing down as you get up. Try practicing that. Try to get up to 8 or 10 times too. Try to do it that many times. And if you can do even 4, that's great. Anything is better than nothing, right? So we're going to sit back down again. And I'm going to do it this way. This is the way we started. So this is 2. Wonderful. Take your time. Now, when you're pretty sure you can't do any of this, do it this way, as long as you're doing something. That will help a little bit to strengthen your legs. So let's say the next one is 4. All right, good. How are you doing? Take your time, even if you can just do 1. Some people can't do 1. Let's say the next one is 7, even if it isn't. And then we'll do number 8. How will we do number 8? Let's try this. See if we can do this. And get up doing that. So I'm kind of used to doing it, so it's kind of easy for me. So let's stand up. Come to the side of your chair just to get started and loosen up a little bit. We're just going to swing that leg back and forth. You can hold on for this. If you would like, you could hold on with 1 finger just to challenge your balance a little bit. Again, falls prevention, we need good balance and we need strength. And a little flexibility doesn't hurt either. All right, now let's just relax. Your feet are open a little bit. A couple of knee bends, 1 and 2. If you have arthritis in there, as long as it isn't agonizing pain, you should still attempt it. Try to do a few. You don't have to go all the way down. Just drop those knees. We'll say 5 and 6 and 7. So you're strengthening and balancing because you're not holding on to anything. Right. Okay, one of the most important exercises, or another important exercise, is the squat. And we have done this before, and I'm going to stand sideways so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, let's just bring the arms up, straight out from the shoulder if you can, and we're going to bend those knees. Now you're going to stay here for a few seconds, and the longer you stay, the more you will stretch out. So let's see if we can go down a little bit more, and then a little bit more. Now, any trouble, because you're not holding on, so make sure your balance is okay on this one, we'll come back up. So we're just kind of getting used to it. We're sliding into it here. And bring those arms down. Good, nice and tall. But don't go back. Bend those knees and we'll come back up. So we are strengthening our legs for better balance to avoid a fall. But the way I'd really like you to do it is the same as we started. Now when you get down as far as you can go, you're going to bring this whole area back as if you're going to sit down. So you're reaching forward and going back at the same time, which is a challenge for your legs and your balance. But you should be able to do it. If you feel you have to hold on, then just do it. Do it in the other direction, okay? So we're just going to bend those knees. This has been proven to reduce falls by at least 50%. So it's really important to do these things. Most of us either sit in a chair or stand up. But this is different because you're in a squat position and you're holding it. So let's come back up, bring those arms down, relax a little bit. Let's do a little stretch. Doesn't that feel good? I like that. Oh, yes. Back and forth, back and forth. You don't have to turn your head. That might make you a little dizzy. All right, let's do one more movement. Bring those arms up. Now bend your knees and bring your arms back. Bring your arms up and back again. Don't hold your breath. Let's take a breath in as we go up. So it's up, all the way up. And exhale as you come down. Let's try one more of these. Every time you bend those knees, you're strengthening. And then we'll just relax the arms a little bit. So let's do 4 more of the squats because I know it's important. Okay, here we go. So what do we do first? Arms up, straight out from the shoulders, palms down. And we're just going to bend the knees. And if you want, you can practice a little bit like this so you'll know what it feels like to bend the knees. Good. All right, so we're going to bend as low as you can go and push out. Push your bottom out as if you're going to sit down in a chair. Try to pull the chin in a little bit. We'll come back up. Let's do another one. Arms up, bend, and reach back. And then we'll come back up again. Good. So we're strengthening those legs for better balance, bending the knees and reaching at the same time. Good. And we'll come back. Can you do one more? I think you can. So we'll bring those arms up. Don't hold your breath. Let's take a breath here all the way up. And exhale as you come down. And you should be able to go a little bit further. So you're reaching and sitting back at the same time. Terrific. When you do these on your own, hold it for as long as you can. And try to do a little bit extra, maybe a few seconds more. So that is really important for falls prevention, especially that one. Now all I want you to do is lift those knees up. Good. If you can do this without holding on, go right ahead. Everyone is at a different fitness level, right? For some people this would be easy. If you can't lift all the way up, you can just do this, march in place. It's always something you can do, be a little creative. I try to be creative and come up with new things for you. Great, so you're just marching, use those arms, get that heart rate up a little bit. Let's do a little kicking. 1, 2, 3, 4. Some people cannot do this, they have to hold on. That's okay. You're still moving. That's the important thing. Great. 5 and 6, 7 and 8, or hold on with one finger. 10 and 11 and 12. Relax for a minute, bend the knees again. 1, and push down with your palms. And 3. Get used to doing things standing up besides just walking or just standing. So you can also strengthen those legs. We'll say 7 and 8. Okay, now I'm going to give you something that's simple, but it could be a little bit of a challenge. Again, holding on to the chair, especially if you have to. You're not out here, you're nice and straight. So just point that toe to the front, to the side, or you can hold on or not. Do it again, same leg, front, side, back. Just get used to the feeling. Again, front, side, back, and close, front, side, back, and close. Do the arm if you want to. We'll do our little ballet class. Front, side, back. 3 different body directions. Now, to do the other side, you might have to move away from the chair a little bit. You can still hold on if you have to. If not, just do it without holding on. Back and close. Front, side, back and close. Front. If you do it fast, it's easier. Back and close, and front and side. So I find that very simple exercise pretty effective for balance. So let's turn our feet out a little bit. Let's do some nice, easy lunging. I love this one. You can use your arms. So it's kind of easy. It feels pretty good. You're slightly forward. You're not back on your heels, right? Your foot, all of your foot is on the floor, and you're slightly forward. I'd still like you to pull your chin in a little bit, and then you can bend forward in one place rather than like this. Okay, good. Arms over here, arms over here. How does that feel? Good. So we're standing up, we're strengthening our legs, we're improving our balance, all toward not falling. We don't want the falls. I believe it's 1 out of 3 people every year will take a fall. People that take a fall are more apt to take another fall if they don't do something about it. So let's just march in place. That part's easy, right? Now to strengthen your lower legs, which we've been doing that too, but to strengthen them even more, you know what we're going to do. I'm going to turn my chair. All you have to do is get behind your chair, okay? What is the easiest thing possibly that we could do? Just lifting those feet up. And we usually do 10 of them. Let's do 10 together. And 3, and 4, and try to do at least one without holding on. You probably can do it. Up and up. Wants to send you back, doesn't it? Up again. And let's do a few holding on, because now we're just strengthening. Good. Bringing those heels up. And I know it's starting to get tight in that calf muscle, isn't it? So let's stretch those out a little bit right now. How do we do that? Well, the same thing we've been doing all along, I guess. Let's bend those knees. Feel a nice stretch in your calf. Wonderful. I'd like you to do 2 sets of 10 when you do that, and you can do it anywhere. And if you have to hold on, there's a sink, there's a wall, there's a chair, your neighbor, whatever, if someone's standing beside you. But let's relax the legs a little bit. We're going to stretch the quadriceps. Just kick to the back. I like this one because it is effective and it feels good. You're stretching this out just a little bit. We've been contracting those muscles. Lift it up and lift it up and lift it up. Wonderful. All right, now I want you to walk back just a little bit, maybe 1 or 2 steps. I'm going to put 1 foot in front, holding onto the chair. Pull yourself up a little bit. Put your weight on your front foot. Let's just lift that leg and bounce it. 1, 2, 3, nice and tall, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. If you want, you can do 10, maybe up to 12. Let's bend those knees again. Nice and tall. We're going to pull that chin right in, shoulders down, tucked under a little bit. That means taking your bottom and just tucking it under just a little bit. So the other leg, you're just going to touch. 1 leg is in front, 1 is in back. Bounce it. Now, if this is really difficult, you can touch the floor each time, up and down like this. 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Wonderful. Just turn, take a couple more of your little knee bends. Great. Bend those knees again. And down. 1 more time. Now, everyone has 1 leg that's weaker than the other leg. I have found that. Maybe you are one of those people that has equal strength, but most people have a weaker side. And if you start to take a fall, it's interesting, you start to turn toward that side to get yourself back up again. I just thought I'd mention that to you. But let's stand on the weaker leg, just like we did with the other when we did both feet. So I'm picking up my stronger leg, and I'm going to do some heel lifts on the weaker side. So we're going to do one set on the weaker side, the weaker calf. And you're going to feel this more, of course. And 5. And 6. Oh boy, I'm starting to really feel that. 7. And we'll do 8. If you want to do 10, that's okay. So I was standing on my left leg, so I'm going to put it back here. Just point your toe, touch the floor, pull yourself up nice and straight. Make believe your toe is glued to the floor. All right, then bring the ball of your foot down and then pull your heel down. Oh, see, I'm stretching that calf right out. If you don't feel a stretch, you have to go back a little bit further, okay? So let's try this together. One foot is in front, back leg, foot is flat. You're going to pull yourself right back up again. Wonderful. You should feel a stretch. If you want, you can come forward just a little bit. We want to protect the knee. Good. So let's stay here. Let go with one hand. Let go with the other hand. Do whatever you want. You can pray that you can stand here and stay in one piece, right? Okay, the other side, the other leg. You're going to point, ball of the foot, heel comes down. I don't feel much of a stretch there, so I'm going to go back a little bit further. You can pull your chair a little bit closer if you want to. Pull yourself up nice and tall, pull the chin in, let go with one hand, and just see if you can stay there. Wonderful. Did a great job. Let's have a seat, relax. We're going to do some stretching now because we've been tightening and toning and strengthening those muscles. So grab some water. I'd like you to always have some water with you when you watch the show, okay? So that you don't have to get up and run to the sink and get some water or get your water bottle. Always have this with you if you're traveling, just in case, you never know. All right, so what are we gonna do first? Legs out straight. And all I want you to do is bring your toes back towards your body. I'm going to bring my back away from the chair. So it's point and flex. And you're tightening this while you do it, so that's good. And point and flex, point and flex. Good. It's easy to do. You're getting a nice stretch in your foot, in your ankle, in your lower leg. Do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. If you want to hold on, that's okay. And I usually do 8 to 10 of those. Sometimes I do 1 foot at a time. So we will put 1 foot down and just circle now. Especially good for your ankle. Good for circulation in your foot. And you can do this anytime, watching television, even under the table if you're eating. Although I don't think you want to do this while you're eating. But do some nice circles. Let's do the other side. Good. Wonderful. So we're stretching out that foot. That's great. Okay. Now what I'd like you to do is come forward in your chair. You're going to turn. You can hold on. We've done something similar to this, but I'd like us to stretch the back of the leg right now. So just do something like that. Put your heel down. I'm going to turn a little bit more. So you're not all the way back here. We're more toward the end of the chair. Sitting up nice and straight. Keep that back straight and come forward. And you should feel a stretch back here. And we've done this many times. You should be used to it by now if you've been watching the show. So what are we doing? We're stretching the back of the leg. Not the calf muscle, but the what? The hamstring, right? Wonderful. Try it again. Hand here, back straight, and come forward in one piece. Oh boy, I can feel that. And then we'll sit back up. Now this time you don't have to sit up straight. You can round over, slide that hand down. How many of you can at least touch your ankle? Can you do that? Or at least here. I'm sure you can touch your knee, but again, let's keep that back straight. We're still doing the back of the leg. So we're gonna sit up again, lift that leg up and pull it right into your body, holding on. If you're worried about falling off the chair, you just sit back in the chair, but this is a great stretch. It's a good one to do in the morning when you just get up. Wonderful. Pulling it up, pulling it up. Nice and tall. Practice good posture whenever you think of it, okay? Especially when you're at home. There's no reason why you can't. So let's try the other side. We're just going to switch over. Don't leave your leg here. These should be parallel. The leg closest to me, just put that heel down, your toe is up. Just coming forward, you're going to feel this right away. It's easier to do this, but you probably get a better stretch sitting up straight. You can feel that. I'm pretty sure you can. This, again, we're doing the back of the leg this time. Wonderful. We'll sit back up. This time, let's do it with the breath. Let's breathe up first, up through the nose, and exhale when you come forward. Wonderful. This time, why don't you round over, slide that hand down. Can you touch this ankle? It's much easier for me to touch on this side. We always have one side that's stronger or weaker, whatever. Keep your head up if you have to. We'll come back up. Now, what about your hips? How would we stretch the hips? There's something in yoga called the pigeon, which is usually done on the floor, but we're going to do it right here in the seat. If you can do it, bring your leg up like this, because we're going to kind of push that down a little bit. If not, cross down here. You can still do it. You can still open up that hip a little bit. So I'm going to grab the leg here, holding on, both hands right here on the leg. A lot of people sit like this for extended times too. So let's do this instead. That chin is coming in nice and tall. You should be able to breathe better like this. So if you can remember your posture now and then, you're not going to sit like this when you're eating, but you can breathe better, swallow better when you're nice and tall and you're pulled in rather than hunching over. Wonderful. Very gently put your hand here, and we're going to push down nice and easy. Good. And you're tightening this too when you're doing it, so that's important. So we're stretching out the hip, which is a ball and socket joint, so it's moving in there just a little bit. Let's try the other side. One side will be easier, as always. Inside, we're going to pull ourselves up to have perfect posture inside of the leg, and we're going to very gently push down. Oh yeah, that feels good. Down, great, great. And then we'll bring that leg back up again. Let's go back to the other side and just lift up and pull in. This is kind of easy, and you might be able to do this almost anywhere, especially at home when you're watching TV. Just to stretch again, just a little bit. Great. And then we're going to put that leg down. Then the other side, you're going to lift up. So we're stretching, right now we're stretching the lower body, but maybe we shouldn't ignore the upper body. Let's do just a little stretching for the upper body. Good. Clasp your hands together. Turn them over, sitting up straight. Breathe out as you push those arms out. All right. Let's come back. Try it again, breathing out. This time you see my arms are a little bit straighter, aren't they? We're going to lift those arms up, open your feet a little bit, very gently push back. This might be a little uncomfortable, and that comes from rounding, usually. Maybe having some arthritis there in your spine, in your shoulders, in your hands. So why don't we stop doing that anyway? And we're going to touch the back of the neck or clasp your hands together and put them right here. We're sitting up straight. Let's get those elbows back. Let's do a little turn, a little stretch for the midriff and the waist and your hip. And then we'll come back to the other side. How does that feel? It should feel pretty good. It should feel freeing. You're freeing up those muscles. Let's do a little bend to the side. This is a nice stretch too. Wonderful. And then we're going to drop down again to the other side. And then one more time on the other side. Always hold all of these stretches longer when you do it on your own. Less, longer. So let's come forward in the chair. We're going to stretch the lower back, your spine, opening the feet, just dropping down. You can keep your head up. just like I'm doing. If you need help, you can just do that and come forward. Grab your ankles. Try to flatten your back out. I know it's kind of an odd position, but it's good for us. Good stretch. Great. And then we're going to come back up slowly, and we're going to sit back, and we're going to do some spinal rotation. Now, I think you know by now what that is. Well, why don't we bring the arms up first this time? Good. Let's take a breath together just to relax, breathing up through the nose, holding that breath, exhaling through your mouth. As you exhale, just turn your upper body a little bit. A little bit of rotation here. Good. We're going to hold on to the arm of the chair, and you're going to just pull yourself right around, and now you're nice and straight. Pull that chin in again, and try to pull the shoulders down a little bit. Good. And then we'll come back. Come back to the front. Bring those arms up. Let's take a breath together all the way up through the nose. Holding, and as you exhale, let's do a little bit of rotation, holding onto the arm of the chair. Now, if you want a really good stretch, you could take this arm and just flop it over the back of the chair and kind of cheat a little bit, pull yourself around. It's just easier to do, and you get a better stretch, actually. So this is great for the upper body. And then we'll come back. Wonderful. Let's put our arms right up here. This is going to be our last everything today. We've done all we can right now. And let's go in the opposite directions. So just be careful with falling. We do not want to fall. Anything you can do to help yourself, take advantage of that and do it. Take a course, go to your senior center, watch our show. We can help you, I'm sure. So we'll see you next time. Bye for now.